Well, welcome to Front Porch Conversations. We're so happy to have you back on our porch today. And you are going to be so glad you tuned in today, because I have a guest that there's no way we can cover all this lady has done in just a short period of time, but we're going to give it a go today. We have with us Debbie Snead, and I'm Gay Martin. Debbie is our guest today, and she lives here at Advent Christian Village, and we're going to enjoy getting to know her. I'm so glad to bring her into your living room today. So welcome, Debbie.
Thanks.
We're so glad you're here. How long have you been here at ABC?
Since June last year.
Okay, just less than a year even, yeah?
No, last year.
Okay.
Yeah, so what, 15, 14 months, something.
Yeah.
I don't remember how much it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Where do you live here?
Dowling.
In Dowling House. Oh, yeah. Great.
Yeah, I decided I wanted the air conditioning in both rooms more than anything else.
That was the deal breaker
That was.
for you.
I didn't really want to come to Florida, but I was coming from my parents.
Yeah.
And I don't really like Florida. I don't like heat. So.
But that's one of the things that brought you. But you came, like you said, because you have parents that live here.
Yes, they're in Smith Riverview.
Okay.
Lee and Grace Snead.
Okay, yeah. They're some of my neighbors.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're delightful people. And that's been the way I've gotten to get to know you a little bit.
My mother used to say, well, this is my stepmother, Grace.
Okay.
So, but my mother used to say she would fall in my dad's glory.
Oh, what a good line. Good line. Well, even though you didn't want to come to Florida, where did you come from?
Well, I grew up in the Army. My dad was a military man for 23 years.
Wow.
So I was an Army brat. So I've been all over. So I could tell you what the latest two states were.
Okay.
Colorado and Minnesota.
My word, what a difference. Yeah. Yeah. Where were you born?
Virginia. And then when I was 3 days old, we moved.
So very few memories.
I was born in Camp Pickett, which is was a fun story for me, because that used to be a World War II training camp.
Well.
It doesn't exist anymore.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Did you travel overseas at all with your dad?
Yeah, I was there for 6 to 7 years, something like that, in my childhood. Up until I was 11, I was there.
Wow.
In Germany all the time. We moved a lot inside Germany, but
Did
it was
you?
always Germany that we were stationed to. Yeah.
Did you start school there?
No, I was already in school. Let me think for a minute now. That's a hazy thing. I'm not sure if I started. I know it's hard to say, because every picture I have of going to school is a military bus. And
Of course,
GI
of
helping
course.
the kids in the bus. And I don't know if it was a state's GI or a stateside or overseas, or a bus. I'm not sure. I I don't remember, because I don't remember first grade.
Yeah.
I don't remember kindergarten. I remember second grade.
Okay, all right. I think a lot of us are like that.
Yeah.
That our memories start somewhere in that area.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah.
We had a really a lot of the teachers that we had in Germany on the base were Germans, and one of the teachers I had at the second tour, so it would have been around fourth grade. So she would teach. We were learning German as well. That was one of the lessons that all the kids had on base in the
Sure.
school. And she was really interesting. And she had these little teeny, about this size, maybe a little bit smaller even, that wooden figurines carved by someone, and they were animals. You could get an entire zoo. It was fantastic. It was really an interesting thing to have a German teacher.
So did you get fairly fluent in German?
For a 10-year-old, yeah, I did.
We lived in Guatemala at one time. My dad was with the airlines. And my brother and I learned what I call street Spanish.
Yeah.
It was not in the school, but we learned it from the kids around and the people that worked in the home.
I'm sure I wasn't I wasn't a fluent 10-year-old German type person, but I could carry a conversation and I could understand a lot. Yeah, but I lost it really quickly. Although I had some friends from Austria who came, and I was friends with them. They came as what do you call those kind of exchange teachers?
Sure, yeah.
And they were starting to say, well, let's teach you some Austrian. And I would say, repeat. They said, whoa, that's awfully good accent. And I said, well, that's because I knew German. Yeah.
I'll be. Do you have siblings?
I have 2 sisters, and then Grace had 4 children.
Okay.
3 boys and a girl.
Wow.
So when my dad and she married, I was about 23.
Oh, okay. You were grown then.
Yeah. When we had a real kick out of going to church for the first time as a blended family, and we fill up the entire pew.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we used to have we had a blended family as well. And I often said I was going to do a class at the college on blended families.
Oh, yeah.
Or families in the blender. Because there are times you feel like you were thrown in somebody pushed puree. But you were raised with your sisters then.
That's right.
Where are your sisters now?
One is in Colorado, and one is in Merritt Island, Florida.
Oh, yeah. So there's 2 of you in Florida now.
Yeah. She used to come up on a very regular basis to help, and it was a relief for her. Not that she didn't want to help, but the drive is quite a drive.
Yeah, it is.
And she was having to take care of things at home, and it was tough to have to do it a lot.
Yeah, right.
So
right.
So that was good that I got here, and she's been a big help to me on the phone.
Has she?
Yeah, and just suggestions and things. And then when she comes here to visit, because she still comes, she just doesn't come as often.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
So when you got out of school, did you go to work? What did you do?
Which school?
At college? Did you go high school?
Okay. I went to nursing school
in
Colorado.
Did you? I didn't know that.
I graduated from Colorado. I actually...
Are you an RN?
No.
No, okay.
Actually, I was in... I'm trying to think. That Colorado was the first school that I went to the first day of school and to the last day of school.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, and I was there for all 3 grades, which I've never done before. So stayed
because
through
of your moving so much.
So that's why I was in Colorado nursing school. It was one of those 3-year programs.
Yeah, of course.
Not one of those big official fluting kind.
Right.
So my mom died when I was there. In school, and I went back too soon. I think after my dad was thinking it was better just to go on, but I wasn't ready, and I didn't handle school well on my own at that time.
At that time, yeah.
So I didn't finish because when I stopped, I got a different idea, and I actually liked it better.
Okay, well, Debbie, what was that different idea than finishing school?
It was that being a missionary as a Wycliffe Bible translator, I had gone it's a little bit complicated. When they first started with the Bible translation, they trained people in what they called the Summer Institute of Linguistics. So a lot, particularly for college kids who had summers off, a lot of them.
Sure.
And they would use that to get trained.
Right.
And then eventually, after they had people out overseas doing translation, they realized that Christians in the United States didn't know what was going on and weren't able to be helpful or supportive because they didn't even know anything.
They didn't know.
Yeah. So they created Wycliffe Bible translators. And then SIL is I don't know what it's called in relation to Wycliffe Bible translators, but they are the two that work together.
Okay.
And I had gone to a SIL, a Summer Institute in North Dakota during the summer. Oh, at that time I was in Minnesota.
Okay.
And I thought, and it was like, it felt like a bulldog with a bone. It was like, this is mine, this is mine, this is it. Yeah, I just couldn't let go of it. My brain was on that, and that was the place to go.
Debbie, that's interesting.
It was interesting in another way too, because I did all the translation courses, because I went ahead once I realized I really liked that. And I started taking linguistics in college, and I went to the other summer institutes, and then I went to the main Summer Institute of Linguistics that is located in their headquarters in Texas, and they have all year courses there that they train you in. So I did whatever. I don't know what they call that thing when they're saying that there's sections, you go through programs,
right? Sure.
For translation, and I liked it. I had good grades, and I thought, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Then I thought, I better take the linguistic one too, just in case I need any of that. And it was like, oh my goodness, this is for me. This is what I was born to do.
Really?
Yeah. And I dropped the translation aspect and did literacy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and the fun thing was, I didn't even know I was created specially with that gift. And when we were doing one of the classes, they wanted us to do a training, pretend, all the other students in the class would pretend to be the foreign people that I'm teaching. And they said, at the end of it, they were always doing videos of it. Everybody had to do it, and they did a video of it, and then they showed it to me, and they says, this is one of the finest teaching things that we've ever seen, from somebody that's not even trained, and I thought, that's a nice affirmation.
What affirmation?
Yeah, exactly. So it was a lot of fun to know that was good. And I did some things in Africa when I was sent to Africa as a literacy specialist, and I did some things there that helped me learn a lot more even. So it was just my niche, or niche, or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Well, that's one reason that when I knew you were going to visit with us, I asked you to bring one or two things. Debbie has so many things that it's hard to pick one or two. But I wanted you to you are so saturated with the culture in all of Africa that I wanted you to talk a little bit about what you brought.
Okay. This came from, it's actually a coconut squeezer, and it's not wet. If it was wet, I could push it a lot more than I can right now. And what it does is it grabs the coconut meat, and it will push out the liquid and leave the dry. I mean, it's so strong. You wouldn't think.
I was going to say, that must be strong.
Yeah, it is. It's impressive. It's not as strong looking right now because it's been in a suitcase and drying out for a long time.
Right.
But I got this in Mombasa. I was in Mombasa doing a training program for some literacy people. That most of the time when we were training, at least in our area of the world, we were training people from the language groups. Church would send people to become literacy people, and we would train them on how to develop a literacy program so that their people could be ready for when the Bible was translated, and they would be able to read it.
Oh, my.
So I was there for a lesson, some training for some literacy people, and I just had fun talking to people, and I picked up these things after I learned more about them because I was fascinated by it.
Yeah, because who would have known?
Yeah, because I've never tried it. I mean, I didn't have coconut or anything. In fact, I was living in a YMCA building that an African was and his family were running. Right. So I had a room, and I would have a little what do you call those cooker things? With just
like sterno.
No, it was like a one camping kind of thing where you can heat your food, and then I would go out to the village and I would buy market, and I would buy these collards, a big handful of collards. I loved collards. They had a dish that they made that I learned really early on how to make, and I would just make that. And all the people who would see me buy that and take it back, I would cut off the ends and put it in a jar of water, just like flowers, and it would stay fresh for every meal until I was done. But I cut those up, and I had made this dish, and somebody came in and said, "Oh, you're making Sukuma Wiki." And I said, "Yeah, I love it." But that's considered, Sukuma is a push. This is like you push. Wiki is the week. So you're using this to push your family through the week because you've run out of food.
Run out of food.
Yeah, and so that's just the low down food. And I thought, I love this food. And I couldn't believe it. So it was fun. That whole area was just fun to learn things
to
and
soak
explore.
in this culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't actually live with people like I did in other places. Yeah.
So where you were probably predominantly speaking English then?
Oh.
Or not?
Well, you could probably get by with some English in Kenya because Mombasa is in Kenya.
Okay.
But it wasn't always real easy, but you could do it. You could certainly do it, yeah.
What were you speaking? What was the language?
Well, at the time I was in Zaire, but we had then the rebellion, and it became, I forget, Mobutu died, and it became a new country called DRC, or Democratic Republic of Congo.
Okay.
And I spoke in that place. It's a unique country in Africa. It's it's like the third largest country in Africa. And it occupies, because you have that big hump and then you come down, it occupies that lower middle part, almost across the entire continent. Yeah, and it's hard for it to have people go in and out of it. Mm-hmm. There's Kinshasa at the western side, and then I was assigned to the eastern side. And the road situation was so bad that when I was first there, they had a man that tried to bike all the way across, and then he had a caravan of cars following him.
Right.
And they showed how hard it was to make it, but they did make it. There were still roads that existed, mostly. But by the time I left, there were no more roads. It was all overgrown. And the middle section of that country, there were so few people there that even elephants were not afraid of people. They'd wonder, "What are you?"
Oh, big.
Yeah. So it was an interesting.
It was like that land was being reclaimed somehow.
Yeah, definitely. But the eastern side of Zaire or DRC has never ever been totally with Zaire. They've always been fighting against the Zaire, yeah. So so that was a place where something, I don't remember the exact detail, but I think it's like 250 languages, all little languages all over. So there's sections of the country, and on the eastern coast, there would be two big sections that had a trade language. So the northern part of the eastern DRC was Lingala, And the part where I worked the most was Swahili. So I used Swahili a lot.
Did you really?
Yeah, I didn't ever learn Lingala. However, in order for everybody to work together, because they all spoke different languages, and they spoke different trade languages, we used what they used to have in that country as colonists, with Belgium, French-speaking Belgium. So it was French that they used. So I spent a year in France learning French. I was a really bad student.
Oh, okay. Were you really?
My French is awful. I speak it like an English person.
Yeah, right.
Yes. So it was pretty hard for them.
Well, Debbie, I want you to show us the other thing that you brought today from Zaire.
A woven basket. Weaving for them is incredible. I mean, before it became a country that had some other contact, like from the West or Belgium or Greece, they wove their clothes. They wore grass clothes, yeah. But when you see this weaving, you can see that it was good clothing.
Yeah, I mean,
it was certainly not a problem.
Goodness.
And it's so tightly woven.
And it's heavy.
Yeah, it's very, very special, I think.
It is.
Yeah, I thought it was a wonderful example of their effort in weaving, and they make all sorts. This is not just the only style that they would do.
They have
lots of others.
More than one.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to me that you alluded to the fact that a lot of their craft and skill does eventually reflect other countries that come in. You said before
Well, in the fact that they got clothing and cloth for clothing, which they didn't have before. No. In fact, they had a factory. There used to be a factory there, and I was thinking it was Dutch, but I'm not 100% sure. And it printed wax. They're called wax dyes. Unbelievably gorgeous. I bet. Unbelievable.
Now, what you're wearing, is that from
this is from Kenya. It is. I mean, Africa, but it isn't from Zaire. It's not part of the wax clothing.
Oh, okay.
I should have brought you one of those.
Yeah. We'll do it next time.
Right.
Yeah.
So, the wax prints, I had seen one, and it had a kind of a background with bright tropical flowers on it. Just unbelievable, the colors and how they just I don't know, the shine isn't the right word, but
right, a luster.
Yeah, it's really, really, really nice. And so a lot of people that if they could afford it would get that and make a nice dress, like a church dress, and that would be worn all the time.
Right.
And then there would be cheaper prints that weren't the special wax prints, that were more locally made, and they would make clothing out of that. And I have one Zaire outfit made out of
Do you
that.
really?
Yeah. I'm too big for it now.
I've said those words myself more than once. Debbie, it's so fascinating just to talk to you and hear what you've done. And when did you, how long were you there?
Let's see, so I left France in 1990 or 89, I'm not sure.
Okay.
And I was I'm trying to think. I think I showed up in 1990 in Kenya. And I was there till 2003.
Wow.
But I was with Wycliffe till 2007.
Is that right? Now, is there anything, now that you're back in the States, is there anything you still do with them, or
no,
any linguistics? Because you're so gifted.
No.
You light up when you talk about linguistics. Yeah, you really do. You can tell that's a love in your life, So I was just wondering, are you doing anything like that at all?
No.
What are you doing? Tell me how you like Advent Christian Village. Has there been any surprises here?
Well, my service coordinator in the first couple days that I was here, she said, "Oh, you're going to like it here." I says, "No, I'm not. I hate Florida." But I said, "I'm going to like the events and the people." So that's That's what I.
You
I
have
like it.
jumped in. You're very, very busy. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, I like fun. And I thought, there's not enough fun. So, and I would hear a few things about what people used to do. And I thought, well, why can't we do that now? And then there were some things I never heard about. And I thought, well, why can't we do that?
Exactly.
And so I would just come up with stuff. I've got couple of irons in the fire. I guess that would
Good.
be better.
Good.
But we're waiting for certain things to be repaired for one.
Sure.
I want to get a movie night going.
Great idea.
And I have a lot of really good films.
Good.
Like Doris Day films, and I have a really fun, I forget the guy that, Cary Grant film,
Yeah.
that was the last film that he ever
Yeah.
made, that is my favorite comedy. This a gentle comedy, but it is so funny.
Keep
so,
on.
Yeah,
So
so I would like to show those. I have westerns. I love science fiction, so I have science fiction. If we ever get people who want to watch science
exactly.
fiction, but we're still waiting for the devices to get repaired to be able to project it onto the screen from a Blu-ray.
Good.
And then I started game night, but I had to stop for a couple of weeks because my schedule was too crowded.
Sure.
And I want to get that going again. But that didn't happen without Tracy's help at church.
Good.
So that was really good. And then the pizza night, that was me thinking, why can't we have pizza?
Yeah. Debbie, I'm going to tell you something. You're a fascinating woman.
No.
And we've only scratched the surface with you, but you are busy. I know you hit the ground running. I watched you when you came here, and I've availed myself of a lot of things that you have done here. And you can tell that it only takes a minute to talk to Debbie. And if you talk linguistics, she lights up, and it's like you pushed play in her life. She still is communicating in so many ways here at Advent Christian Village. And you'll see her all over campus. You'll enjoy her. She's easily engaged. She's accessible. And so when you find her, be sure and tell her how much we enjoy having her here. She's been a joy. And come back again and visit with us on Front Porch. We're glad you came today.